Captain of Oz from Instagram. What I'm doing today is I'm showing you all how to weather a suit to make it look a little bit more screen accurate. Things I'll be using today will be a air compressor air gun. I got mine from Aldi, just $100 jobby, does the job. Really good control with it. Makes it very easy to get the desired effect. Now you can use either acrylic paint, that again from Aldi, or watered down acrylic paint, or use boot polish. Now boot polish is quite good because it lasts a long time. The acrylic paint will sometimes chip off when you're wearing it. So I'll show you what I'll be using. I'll zoom in just a bit here. This is the airbrush that I'll be using. It a little bit of water in there. Make sure you clean it really well after each use. It's not plugged in at the moment, but this little thing, you can buy new ones now with a big tank on the bottom, so it doesn't work as hard, constantly keeping primed air in the hose. Worthwhile getting. Boot polish, Kiwi brand. It's the way to go. This is the brown one. I won't be using that today. I'll be just using the acrylic paint today. Black acrylic paint is the way to go. And of course, the suit. Now this is another suit from Leather Fashion Valley. I can't fault these guys. They are excellent in what they do. Make superb quality suits. So Age of Ultron suit, cap, metal star. The movie suit is not quite as weathered as Civil War, or anywhere near as weathered as Infinity War. So it'll be pretty much a light brush through here. I'll whack a couple of reference photos up, maybe here-ish, if I've worked it out. And what we're going to be doing is looking at getting as close as we can to that look. So I'll crack on and set up the compressor. I'll show you the paints that I'll be using quickly. This is just the little acrylic paint that you get with the air compressor. Well, you buy separately with the air compressor. From Aldi, again, good old Aldi. Nice and cheap. I find it's not too bad quality too, so can't fault that. Okay, so ready to go. As I said, little airbrush. Now you're going to hear the pump quite constantly, I'd say, with this. You'll hear the hissing noise of the air and then a little noise from the pump. Don't make fun of me there. It's got a little reservoir, paint reservoir on the top there. All you do is literally pour the paint straight into that and you're good to go. So I may have to get a new bottle. Yep, but we'll see how we go. First thing I'm going to do is lightly dust all the white just to get a grey colour. As I said, this isn't a super heavy duty weathering job for the Age of Ultron suit. It's only fairly light just to take the edge off it. Trick with airbrush, after you have been painting and you want to take a break and stop and then start again, always test it on something, whether it's your hand or a piece of scrap paper or whatever, because it'll accumulate little bits of paint in the tip, and when you go to hit it again, you get a couple of real big drops on your suit, and you don't want that. So here we go, let's give it a test. Works well. So as I said, test it again just in case no paint accumulates, and we'll start from the bottom. So if I stuff up, it'll be okay. Should be hidden. As I said, nice light dusting. Try and keep it as even as possible. Even hit the red up a bit. blow out the excess. As you can see, it's already starting to look quite good. Just takes that edge off nicely. Remember, this is only a $100 air compressor and $2 paints. Okay, now it is cheap. It starts to make it look really quite professional. I'll continue on. Now, the best thing about airbrush is that if you want to make it darker or thicker, you've got that control by either lowering your PSI on your pump and tank and getting closer, so that if you want to get closer and darker, lower the PSI, otherwise you'll blow the paint straight out and it will spread and look rubbish. Lower the PSI, get in close and just do your highlights area. You've got extreme amount of control with airbrushing. Another secret would be to add a bit of brown to it as well. Now, I'm not going to do it to this one, but with the Infinity wool suit that I did, definitely added some brown in. It gives a bit more of an earthy look, and it takes it away from just that black. So I'll continue with this and we'll see how we go. You see that I always test again. As soon as I finish, I blow out just clean air. So the way this works is that you press down and it'll just be air. You press down, pull back, and that will activate the paint and it will come out. So I always, at the end of spraying, just testing my hand. It's probably not the cleanest way of doing it. Have a bit of test sheet if you want, or your hand. It's just acrylic paint. It washes off with soap and water. And just spray out. You'll get some big chunky bits of paint come out. Not chunky, big doses of paint, I suppose, would come out. And you don't want that because it will be very noticeable on your suit. Because these suits are quite textured, make sure you try you paint on different angles. So if you've got a mannequin that you can put it on, or anything really, just these areas, you're going to miss bits on the side if you just hit it flat, okay? So as you can see, it's looking quite good, and that's pretty close to the look I'm getting at. I'm going to do the sleeves as well. Hit the red up. Now you see I've done that one. It's a little bit darker than that. Takes the edge off. Makes it look a little bit more professional. That's what we're all striving for, I suppose, in looking like Cap. I'll keep going. It is unbelievable how much control you can have with this. This is why it's definitely my tool of choice. Definitely do yourself a favour, guys. It makes weathering so much easier. You can use it for anything from your belt harnesses to buckles to any type of weathering you want. Hit it up with a nice spray and then wipe it away. It will get in all the nice little cracks. So the arms are going to be a pain. Because my mannequin is just a torso mannequin, I'm going to have to probably take the arms off and lay it flat and hit it up, which I don't really like, because sometimes you can get seam lines or crease lines through it. Best if you can maybe put a bit of pipe down the arm, keep it round so you can move it around a bit and keep that nice even spray. Don't forget the back, guys. Red on the back. Just hit it up with a light dust. Just takes that edge off. Now this is taken me 10 minutes really, and I've done all of the front, pretty well on the front, and it's looking so much better than what it originally was. Don't get me wrong, Leather Fashion Valley, you do a great job. I cannot speak any more highly of you. The suit is perfect. It's comfortable. That's the main thing. Comfy. One of the main reasons why I want to do cosplay as Captain America is comfort. I used to do a fair bit of Star Wars stuff, and most of the stuff is so uncomfortable. It's too hot. It's blah 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 blah. The list goes on. Bits falling off. Cap, easy. 3-piece suit. Whack it on, and you're ready to roll. Guys, the way in which I gauge to see whether I've done enough weathering is purely to sit in front of a camera on selfie mode or whatever and look at it. Look at it. Does it look like the photos that you see on the internet or in books or magazines or whatever? That is your best guide, because that's what it's going to look like when you're getting photographed in it, or when you're going to be, you know, out and about. People are going to see it and go, oh yeah, that looks good. That's another little hint. When it comes to cleanup, make sure you run a whole heap of water through it. Keep putting the air through. Wash it out. Black is a pain in the bum. With airbrushes, you take them to pieces, so they turn into like 8 different pieces in there. Unscrew them bits, and you can really clean the whole thing out. And you need to with acrylic paint. It'll dry and go hard, and you won't get an even spray next time. So the secret to nice even spray is a clean brush, clean airbrush. Alright guys, I'll leave you with it. I'm getting pretty happy with this. It's looking really nice. So I haven't actually worn this one yet. I've tried it on obviously, and it fits beautifully. I'm just still working on gloves and boot toppers for this one. So stay tuned. I'll be back. As I said, fits nice. Weathering looks not too bad, I must say. It's a bit hard to do it by yourself, obviously, the zip at the back, but yeah, it's a good suit. I can't wait to wear it. I can't wait to get my gloves and get the boot toppers happening and get in it. It's a beautiful suit, comfy as. Great. Guys, another bit of info is, as you wear it, as I said, the acrylic paint will probably not chip off, but it'll probably rub off. Because the material is so good, it's almost waterproof. It'll come off a little bit. So you may need to just touch it up every now and then, re-weather it, unless you use your boot polish. Boot polish will stick to anything pretty well. And also the best thing about acrylic paint is that pretty much as soon as it hits the fabric, it's dry. So don't be too concerned about it running or anything like that. I always just let it sit for half hour or so. But as I said, as you saw just before, I've just had it on. I just finished putting it on, so it was dry. So don't stress. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you have any questions, hit me up on Instagram. It's probably the best way to go. Captain_of_Oz. I'm on there fairly often, so hit me up. I'll happily answer any questions that you have. Looking for a new cap suit, go to Leather Fashion Valley. These guys, very easy, very friendly. Yeah, do custom sizes for you. Can't beat it. The customer service is great.